Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Ijoma here. In today's video I'm going to show you guys how to sew this beautiful and trendy neckline with a turtleneck. One side it has a shoulder and the other side is an off shoulder sleeve. So in this video I'm going to explain so well. So this is my bustier. I will not show you the cutting and the joining of the bustier part in order to make the video very short and precise. So I used a princess dart for this bustier and I finished joining. So I'll go ahead and trim out the armhole and also the half length or the down parts. We all know that after joining, the armhole might not look perfect, so you have to trim it by yourself after joining. So one side of this sleeve has a shoulder and the other one is an off shoulder. So this is how I'll cut it. I'll fold my bustier into two. I'll make sure that the front part, I'll make sure that they are equal, the darts are equal, the neckline are equal, and I'll cut my off shoulder. Like, you measure from the shoulder to where you want the neckline to start from, and if you open it up you will have an off shoulder bustier. But these two of them will not be off shoulder, one will still have a shoulder. I'm going to show you guys how I achieved that. So this is the back part. I'll finish joining the princess dart for the back part and I'll place them together. And after placing them together, I also go ahead and trim my armhole. So this is it, and I'll also measure from the shoulder to where I want the yoke for one side of the back to start from, and I'll cut. Remember that one side will have a shoulder and the other side will be an off shoulder, so it also applies at the back. One side will have shoulder and the other side will not. So I've trimmed out my yoke. It will have a yoke at the back, at the shoulder part. So I don't want to use the fabric. I want it to have a yoke at the shoulder part. So this is the part that will have an off shoulder. You can put it at the right side or at the left side. For me, the left side is just the perfect side for me. So this is the tool that I will use to achieve the neckline, the gathers on the neckline. But first of all, I'll cut my sleeve. That's how I actually manage my fabric. First of all, I'll cut my sleeve because I wouldn't want my sleeve to have any joining. So one sleeve is a puff sleeve, an exaggerated puff sleeve. So the other one has a fitted straight sleeve. So I'm cutting the exaggerated sleeve first and make sure that it is double. So I'll keep that by the side. The next thing that I'll do right now is to cut the sleeve, the straight sleeve, the fitted straight sleeve, and the straight sleeve will be the one at the off shoulder part. So you fold your fabric this way, it will be double, and you will subtract 3. From that 3, you will now cut the full length of your sleeve, and you cut your sleeve measurements and cut the sleeve in a way that it will fit an off shoulder. So at the back, this is the back yoke. I'll subtract 2 inches. This 2 inches is for the zipper allowance. Remember that the back has a zipper allowance, but I don't want my zipper to extend to my neckline, for the back. That's why I removed the 2 inches, because the other side is an off shoulder. It has nowhere to lie on if I leave the off. So I'll also go ahead and cut a V shape from that side, because this back part has nowhere to lie on. And the original design of this dress, it has a turtleneck, but for this one that I'm making now, it will not have a turtleneck. That's why I cut off the round neck at the back. I made it a V-neck. I'm cutting the yoke for the back and it will be double. So if you can see so well, the V part, you can see how I placed the V part. This is because I don't want it to have any joining. So you can see how I placed the V part on the folded part so that it will not have any joining. I'll place that on my left back panel so that you can understand what I'm saying. So this is the yoke that I have cut out with the fabric that I cut initially from this back part. So if I place this yoke this way, you can see the V shape. This net is on fold, but it doesn't have any joint, and the V shape came out so well. And as you can see, it did not reach the zipper allowance. Like I said initially, it did not reach the zipper allowance. But if you are going to add your turtleneck, I advise you to leave the round neck shape it has before. I made it this V because it will not have my client doesn't want it to have this turtleneck. You will still subtract your zipper allowance. So this is what I'll be using for my gathers at the front. I will check where is stretchy and where is not stretchy. So I'm using the non-stretchy part. This is the non-stretchy part. The reason why I'm using the non-stretchy part is that when my client puts on this dress, it will not have the bust point will not shift from where it is supposed to be. We know that when a dress is stretchy, it can affect your bust point. So I want to use the non-stretchy part so that when she wears it, the bust point will remain at its normal position. So I have cut it this way, and this one will be very, very enough for the gathers at the front. So I'll go ahead and join this part to my neck. Next thing that I will do now is to reshape one armhole. Remember that one side has a shoulder and the other side is an off shoulder. So I will reshape the up shoulder part. That is the right hand side. Here's the right hand side. So I'm trying to take my chest measurements. My chest measurement is 11 or 10 depending on how wide your chest is. So I've reshaped this armhole so that it will fit a sleeveless, an off shoulder sleeve. The other side will still have a shoulder. So this is my lining, and I'll go ahead and repeat everything that I have cut on my lining. So I'm trying to cut this same thing on my lining. So I'll repeat the same thing on the back lining. So I've placed my fabric on that and I'll cut it. Next thing is to our sewing machine. The first thing that I will do is to pleat or make gathers on my neckline. So as you can see, I'm making my gathers gradually. I'll start from the point where I'll join the sleeve for the off shoulder, and I'll continue making my gathers till I reach the other armhole point or the other chest point. So you will take it slowly and gradually so that your gathers will look good. So I'm done doing that, and if you raise it, guys, this is what you will have. So you will hold these gathers together and tilt it to the side where it will meet the shoulder for the back part. First of all, you place your tape rule on your bust point. Like if your bust point is 11, place the 11 on your bust point, and from there you will derive your shoulder. Then this is the place where I made that stitch, is from my shoulder to my bust point. So if you remeasure it, it will be 11. My bust point is 11. So if you measure from this part, it will be 11. Guys, this is how it looks like on my body, though it is not for me. Then I'll go ahead and turn it with a lining. So I'm turning the bust here with my lining. Make sure that it doesn't hold down your gathers. Make sure that you arrange your gathers so well. So after joining, you will trim out the excess that you have and you will notch, and after notching you open up your lining and top stitch. So guys, after top stitching, you go ahead and join the sides, and after joining the side you go ahead and join the yoke for the back and turn it with a lining and bring out your zipper allowance. The yoke will be on only one side, remember, because our shoulder is just on one side. So you go ahead and join the shoulder, like you would join the neck, the two shoulders, the front and the back shoulder together, and after joining that you take your body measurements and shape. So I'm done taking my body measurements. I'll retrieve my armhole for the off shoulder, and I'll also arrange this to arrange the nets, and then recut my armhole. I'll define my armhole so well. Then you trim your half length, and after doing that you go ahead and join the upper part and the lower part, and then add the little bits design at the half length. Then you will join the sleeve for the to the part that you join the exaggerated sleeve to the shoulder part, and then you join the other sleeve at the off shoulder part. And guys, after that, this is what you have. Okay, let me just do a quick illustration. If you are doing a turtleneck, you just measure like 1.5 inch wide, and then your round neck, and fix your turtleneck round there. If you are doing a turtleneck, you fix your turtleneck just from the shoulder part back round the neckline. Like I said, that if you want to do this turtleneck, don't cut the round neck at the back, because this turtleneck will start from this shoulder part and extend to the round neck. Bye. See you in my next video. Bye.